Good morning and welcome to Nasdaq Sector Talks. I'm your host, Jill Malantrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. Joining me, we have Jeff Larock. He is a director on Nasdaq IR Intelligence Desk. We're here to discuss key themes within the healthcare space. Jeff, thanks so much for joining us on Sector Talks today. Now, the healthcare group, you guys have been pretty busy. You dealt with the volatile Q4, had a couple big deals in the beginning of the year. Let's kind of walk all through that.
Well, thanks for having me, Jill. Yeah, it's been a quite an exciting few months. And, 2018 Q4, volatility seems to be behind us at this point. Kind of talking about, where we've been, where we are, and kind of what we're going to be looking for going forward. A lot of themes are built around M&A, obviously, technically trading, where we are to the upside. Are we running into resistance at this current level? But when you look back at the fourth quarter, I think a lot of that was driven by a move out of growth names into value. And when you see a trend like that building, biotechs are going to suffer a little bit more of a pullback than some of the other industries. So October to November was a very volatile month. It was on the radar of quite a few investors that this is a volatile trading period. And then you fast forward to the start of December, and some of these biotech names are seeing like year over year they're down considerably. They're down about 7 to 8% from those highs that we saw in September. So we started to see some tax loss selling. So tax loss selling, I believe, was a real driver in the first half of December. And then, 2/3 of the month, quite a few of the biotechs were under some considerable pressure. End of the quarter, if there was a little bit of a rally, there actually was a little bit of a rally during the final 5 days of the year, but we still ended up down about 20% for the MBI in the fourth quarter. And if it wasn't for that last rally in the last few days of rally, it would have been the worst quarterly decline since 2002. So a lot of pressure in the industry. Kind of beat up quite a few stocks.
I mean, part of that too was also a function of the macro markets as a whole.
Absolutely.
But the things that were considered growth appeared to have been great value propositions in the beginning of the year because healthcare has made quite a comeback.
Absolutely. And what really got the ball rolling were two sizable deals, pharma companies, Bristol Myers and Celgene, and then Eli Lilly with Loxo, two big transactions, and then you had the JP Morgan conference, which most investors know that the JP Morgan Healthcare Conference is an opportunity for companies, and basically every company goes out there to meet, announce data, present company, but they're looking to sell themselves. They're looking to position themselves as a good opportunity for investors and also partnerships with other large cap pharma. So quite a few of the analysts are expecting that M&A theme that we saw in the first part of 2019 to continue. Last check, I think the top 10 pharma companies have about $50 billion of cash on hand for acquisitions, and that's up about 10% over from where we were, I think, in the end of the third quarter of 2018.
How about the IPO market? And of course, it was slowed down in the beginning of the year because of the government shutdown. So you think that M&A is going to be robust? How about bringing new equity to issue?
I mean, that's a great point. We're coming off a pretty impressive 2018, at least for the first half of the year. Second half, I think a lot of the deals might have been pulled back because of the volatility, but we still had two sizable deals go out. Allogene, Moderna, and they, those are the sexy plays in the biotech space when you're looking at gene therapy and messenger RNA. Those are going to be some of the businesses that we see in acquisitions and IPOs over the next couple of years. But there is a little bit of what I would probably anticipate a backlog of biotechs that are looking to go in the near term. And now that we're kind of trading in a sideways pattern, this is actually really something that more of a near-term look. It seems like there's a little bit of stabilization. There is a little bit of comfort for investors to come in and buy at this point, and maybe some of those larger than normal price swings are behind us. We'll see where.
What about drug pricing? That seemed to be a big issue in 2017 and 2018. I haven't heard much about it in 2019 relative to the past couple of years.
Yeah, and It's something that our group talks about a lot, but you're absolutely right. It almost seems like it's on the back burner at this point. I think that there is some bigger issues going on in D.C. that they're dealing with first. But wouldn't you think that, you know, one of the biggest, you know, initiatives by President Trump that both sides, both political parties kind of agree upon, wouldn't you want to think that that would be something that they would address first and then
You would
take?
declare a national emergency. I'm not sure it's the law
Exactly.
relative to all of us having affordable health care.
Exactly. So it almost seems like it's on the back burner at this point, while he's addressing obviously trade
And the wall.
and exactly, and government shutdown. We want to see that kind of come to an end as well.
All right, so M&A, that seems to be the key theme for 2019.
It started off that way. I could definitely see that theme continue.
All right,
throughout
good.
the year.
We need to keep the healthcare team busy at Nasdaq. Thank you so much, Jeff,
Appreciate
for
it,
joining
Jill.
me today. And thank you for joining me. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.